we'll take a look at their starters. Darryl Lockhart, their coach. You see Adderton, Trailer, Scott Walker, and then Tobias Fagan. How good is he? 9 points, 16 rebounds in the championship game last year. 4 blocks as well. That's the numbers for Walker. Fagan, meanwhile, 25 points per game, 7 rebounds a contest, almost 5 assists, and the 6'4" senior shoots 56% from the field and almost 40% from 3. So certainly the Golden Lions will have to slow that man down.
Well, Justin, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm ready. Made the trip down to Thomaston this year, covered the game in that little small box castle gym they have. It's beautiful. So the ones that couldn't get in there then, they're here now. And it's standing room only. There's about 8,000 in here, and about another 1,500 trying to get in here.
Well, they've opened up the upper bowl. I don't think they were planning on doing that, but they have opened it up. There's supposedly about 1,500 seats up there. It seats about 8,500 in McCamish. There is at least 7,500 in this building right now.
You know why they opened it up? Because they had to open it up last year for these two teams.
We'll have number 23s. Michael Jordan's number, jumping. St. Pius in the dark uniforms, Upson-Lee in that purple, black and silver. Here we go, Walker and Willis. First possession, Upson-Lee. More bodies from St. Pius will be playing. We'll see eventually how that affects. Steal right away. And the first bucket in the ball game. Up and in. A good start here. And Troy Stevens.
I mentioned Stevens as an X factor. Offense created by the defense.
And the first foul of the contest. That'll be on, I believe, Everett Lane. And it will be. Transition, defense into offense. Look at that. Gonzalo the steal quickly looked up. And then put up and in by Troy.
And these two student sessions, these two fan bases, they don't like each other.
No, it is absurd what is happening in this building. The student sections blending into the regular fans. We haven't seen that yet here.
Traylor missed both free throws now. Good offensive possession here for St. Pius, their first half-court set.
Just rims out, no good for Willis, who had 7 rebounds in that last championship and put up and in.
You can't let Tom Fagan get the defensive rebound and then come down the floor like that. Nobody's stopping the ball. He gets to the 15-footer and bangs it home. He's phenomenal from 15 to 19 feet.
St. Pius will be methodical. They'll have their cutters. They'll be patient.
They're daring Willis to shoot. He missed the first jump. I have to pull it again. Troy Stevens, I see you. All 3 of them.
So Troy Stevens now with 5.
Adderton injected into the starting lineup.
Strong move to the hole with the right hand and up and in.
Now, St. Pius was able to slow Upson-Lee down. Upson-Lee over 80 points per game. St. Pius does not want to play at that pace.
They're going to get, I believe, well, I thought it was Adderton.
Don't Trailer.
They'll hit Cameron with that.
Adderton with the layup. That's a big boost for him. Luxury points injected into the starting lineup with the missing subtraction of Smith.
And Jared Adderton, as you said, just under 4 points per game, so he's halfway there already. 5-4, Golden Lions on top, 2 minutes in. Showing that patience. Willis turns around, they'll reset from the top. Scott defending. Gonzalo down low, Willis maybe move that pivot foot, he did.
See, that's what the big man can't do. Walker is big, but Willis, when you get the ball, that's a nice feed off from your guard and Gonzalo. Go straight up. Don't put it on the floor. It allows the defense to recover. Got to go up strong.
You're watching live coverage of the GHSA Basketball Championships on the NFHS Network. FHSnetwork.com/GHSA. Off action.
Oh, blown 2 points there. Write that down, Hanover. Just at 2 minutes gone, they blow a layup.
Looking for the lead, but they get the turnover.
Fagan, the leader, will calm the boat and give it to Zyree Scott. Scott can direct the offense, but I want to see now what they do off on this left post, especially with Adderton into the starting lineup. Touch foul from the center official.
And Scott, 8 points last year in this matchup, a tick under 12 per contest. But he's the machine that averages 5.5 assists. He gets them going to Zyree Scott. You see, I believe that's Zach Ransom.
No, Ransom hit with the foul.
So an early substitution. St. Pius very deep. We mentioned they'll play at least 10. Patrick Snipes in as well. We'll see Finn McCurdy come in.
Coach Aaron Parr is ready for this game. Good play by Ransom. That's that hard hat lunch pail mentality he brings off the bench.
The junior averaging 5 points per contest.
Get shot out of here.
And yes, what a good defensive sequence by Upson-Lee's.
Let him get all the way to the lane, but then Walker with the rim protection.
Trevon Walker, what a big body he is. 6'6", 250.
Good help defense.
They swing it down low to the big man. He kicks it back out over in the corner. Passes up the three, now takes the three. Oh, and what a strong rebound.
Overpassing right there, Walker. Just use it off the window. Big body, he got the rebound. Pius in transition.
Brian Gonzalo able to thwart off that rebound. Here is Brian. They continue to move. Christian Matei, the senior, 3.5 points per game. Backdoor, another pass.
Get this shot out of here. That's Ty Fagan. They called him for a foul. Poor call by the official. That's all ball. Great help side defense. Fagan was there with rim protection.
Ransom, very energetic early on. He'll head to the line. An early 5-4 lead approaching the midway mark of the opening quarter.
Ransom and free throws are important. 58% on the season.
Just taking a little look at this, Joel.
Good help side, good extra pass, but then here came Fagan in there, didn't see
he got the elbow. Got a little elbow.
Oh man, this big boy high school ball. Play through that.
Yeah, this isn't Europe. So here's Ransom. Perfect 2 for 2 and a 3-point lead. Good start for St. Pius. Once again, Upson-Lee without a couple of players, including a starter. See if that throws him out of an early rhythm. And the foul called on, I believe, Brian Gonzalo, the junior, who averages 5 points per game.
Yeah, I'm looking at the foul count already. We're just over 3 minutes gone. We got 6 total fouls.
Well, that's the trend. We've seen that this year. These officials calling it tight. If you're on either one of these teams, you just have to recognize that and understand it is what it is, as long as it's consistent. Long three for the tie. Turnaround jumper, no good. Cleared well by Snipes, the junior. Two big men battling, and look at Ransom, continues the good start.
I'm telling you, very good energy. He's not afraid of size, and now St. Pius going to come out with the pressure defense.
Some numbers now. 3-on-1. Yeah, you can say it. He affected it.
Positive. They're tight, though. They're blowing shots in the paint, unlike the Knights. They like to call them the running Knights.
Fagan gives it inside. Back out. The 3 ball. No good again.
Contested defense. We saw in a girls' game, Henry County wasn't contesting well. St. Pius contesting everything. Might want to run.
Over-ambitious by Matthew Gonzalo in the offensive foul call.
That's 2 on Fagan. That's 2 on Ty Fagan.
Good job, Matthew Gonzalo pulling a Shane Battier and putting his body in the way. And a developing situation just 4.5 minutes in. Fagan will stay on the floor. He's going to have to be very careful.
Coach Lockhart looked at him. He looked at, and Fagan looked back at him and said, I'm good.
You can't ask for a much better start right now for the Golden Lions. Already up 5. Fagan with 2 fouls. A lot of Golden Lions are involved in this one already. Willis throws it outside. Haven't seen much from Everett Lane yet. You know they're going to key on him. Here is Everett. And he turns it over.
Poor decision.
And the blocking foul on Gonzalo that time. Remember, if you want to purchase a DVD keepsake copy of today's event, click on the blue Get the DVD button directly under your event in the video player, or click on the Buy a DVD button on the top right-hand corner of the NFHS Network website. Appreciate you joining us here at McCamish Pavilion. Joel Hillsman, Justin Hanover, Stephen Lawler directing and producing, Ian Russell, Johnny Dougherty giving you the pictures. Good work, fellas.
Defense
2 more
right
games
now.
after this one. That is no good, and they are right now cold.
Well, the defensive rotation is good. Kennedy Willis has got to catch that in transition.
Yeah.
The Fagan is known to go baseline. He's left-handed. He used that to his advantage. They studied up on that. I mean, they played him last year, but they've looked at film this year, and the help was there, so he didn't go. Popped it back out. It forced a long triple. Upson-Lee 0-4 from beyond the arc so far.
Lockhart calls a timeout, a 30-second timeout. The coach played at Lee High School back in 1975. So very familiar with this territory here with Upson-Lee, as those schools did their things, combining and merging, and however it worked out years and years ago. They won the City of Palms tournament in Fort Myers back in December. Beat Huffman of Birmingham, the number 2 overall team in Birmingham, according to Max Preps.
Well, Huffman is an outstanding squad. They got hit with those unfortunate forfeits, or they wound up 21-12. They would have had a much, much better record if they not have lost those games due to forfeit.
If you're curious about longest boys in Georgia winning streaks, Randolph Clay back in 2006, still with that 90. Oh, and that's blocked.
They're playing great defense there. But Walker again with the rebound.
They are playing great defense. Look at Willis.
That's Adderton in there and one. See, Adderton knows he's got the opportunity to start in a basketball game of this magnitude. He's been the 6th or 7th guy off the bench this season, but now he's bringing in that energy and going to have to because they don't have the body in Smith.
Still, though, Willis fighting hard. Just a little bit unlucky there. Look at him get up.
Yeah, but look at that big body of Walker. I mean, that's a football player in all walks of life. Can't get the three-point play, though.
I mentioned Randolph Clay, the 90 game winning streak. Irwinville back in 1951. That's your time.
Great back.
78 in Woodbury from 1985 with 63 straight.
That's my time. What year was that?
1951.
51. Oh, okay.
You remember that game?
I do not.
Irwinville when they hit their 78th.
I want to pull the film of it, though. I'm quite sure it's there.
Some grainy black and white video.
That's all right.
Approaching 2 minutes to go, opening quarter. Here's Willis. Elbow jumper.
He's got to get confident. They're going to need 5 to 7 points from him right there at that 15-foot mark. Willis is going to have to get comfortable.
Fagan working one-on-one. A switch. Here's Irie Scott. He picks up his dribble. Back to Fagan. Dumps it down low, and they'll hit Finn McCurdy with that foul. Finn won a state championship in soccer 2 years ago. He's going to be playing soccer again on Tuesday. 13 minutes, or I should say a couple of minutes last year in the championship. And Finn is either going to play right here or go right here to Georgia Tech or Santa Clara. You get a good shot of him there, where his mom Maura went. Great athletic family. His dad Joe worked with me, works over at CNN for about 25 years now. And Finn, a two-sport star, picked up that foul.
Adderton making the most out of it. I like the way he started the ball game. Very aggressive. He act like he belongs here. Coach Lockhart up and down the bench. He played at Auburn too, so knows a little something about winning basketball.
9-8. Golden Lions on top by the slimmest of margins. Gonzalo penetrates, kicks it out. Open three. That's good.
Troy Stevens stripped the net, his second three of the game. He's a very, very confident ball player. Had a game against Pinson Valley, Alabama earlier this year. We almost brought him back from behind and kept him in it with that long ball.
One of the rare losses, 68-65 back on January the 20th.
And they had an open three in the corner just like that at the buzzer and lost that game, Justin.
Well, they'll trade this one for that one, won't they?
That was a fabulous game. Good job, Ranson again, very active.
Here's Broadway. Nico swings it across.
Stevens wasn't on this ball club last year. That's going to make a difference. Adds another shooter and an athletic player to this St. Pius lineup for Coach Farr.
2-3 zone. Stevens cut in, comes back. Now he's in possession. Final 55 seconds. They'll take their time. Christian Mate. A 2-3 zone, it looks like.
Darius Hayes into the contest now off that Upson-Lee bench.
Jumper from 18, no good, tipped out, pulled in by the big fella. Walker's shown a lot of energy. Three-pointer, Fagan, that's good.
Hit it in rhythm in transition. He sized him up and then decided not to attack. Remember, 2 fouls. He can hit that pull-up, though, and canned it.
3 the other way. And now Upson-Lee with 15 seconds to go looking for the lead. They break out. There's Fagan, puts it up and in.
And get out and run is good. Now, that's what Upson-Lee wants to do. They can push the basketball out in transition.
Broadway, no good. And it seemed like a very positive first quarter as that rims out for the St. Pius Golden Lions. And through 8 minutes, you look up, they trail for the first time, 13-12 Upson-Lee on the NFHS Network. Quarter-ending 5-0 run for the Knights. They lead by 1. Today's game also available for all subscribers via our mobile website. Log on to NFHSnetwork.com from your smartphone or tablet and view live games or replays from anywhere. Joel Hilsman, Justin Hanover. 2 more games to go after step in here and finish the 2018 GHSA Basketball Championships off in style. Baseline move. Again, showing that patience. Corner 3, that's good.
Ball movement, excellent job with the ball movement.
Brian Gonzalo, and then they steal it and put it up and in. So 5 quick points in the first 25 seconds. And a 5, well, they're going to call a timeout before the 5-second. And the Golden Lions now with some confidence on a run. You just get the feeling, Joel, this is going to be a monster finish from a couple of teams that both are championship caliber. 17-13, 8 points for Stevens, 7 for Fagan, 6 for Anderson. Take a look again.
The extra pass in the corner, there's your 3.
For Brian Gonzalo, and then right off the inbounds, a mistake. And they'll put some pressure on all 5 Golden Lions in the front court defending. Just 2 scorers so far for Upson-Lee. That could be a problem if that trend continues. And another steal. And that's put up and in. Nico Broadway, the beneficiary. Suddenly up 6. In 40 seconds, a 7-0 run. Upson-Lee out of sorts a bit here. That's no good. And the foul called on the Knights. Let's see who they get. Will it be Traylor or will it be Walker? And it looks like it is Walker. As we take a look again of this defense leading to offense. Nico Broadway.
How many times have we said that now? That's 2 for 6 points right there of the 19 that were directly off of turnovers.
And how much is not having Ja'Cory Smith around affecting the Knights?
They're winning the rebounding battle, +6, which is what he really brought to the team, the rebounding and a little help side defense. The steals in the backcourt, that's a guard problem at the moment.
Jumper from 12, that's short. Oh, and look at that hustle.
I love it.
Everett Lane, offensively, not gotten on track, 0 for 1, but look what he does. Hustling.
When you sit in the expensive seats, you be ready for it.
7 threes last week, 7 threes in the championship last year, 6 threes in the quarterfinal. That's 20 threes in 3 games for Mr. Lane. That's almost impossible to fathom. Bullet pass, down low.
Adderton, man, really stepping up. I love the way this young man has taken his opportunity to provide it and cashing it in.
The quick 3 missed on the other end. 4-point game. Here's Fagan, drives with that strong left, triple team, kicks it out. St. Pius rotating well, little floater, and that's up and good.
Tyree Scott took him a while to get going, got right into the middle of the lane, and then a little soft little floater, a la Tony Parker.
2-point game. Gonzalo to Gonzalo.
He wasn't ready for it. That was a good pass. Oh.
3 from way downtown. Not afraid to shoot is Matthew Gonzalo. For the lead.
They're trying to blow the roof off this place. 1 of 6 from distance.
Here's Lane, gets it going with the drive.
Everett, his first field goal, and again attacking, but now getting back the problem. Nice Euro step move.
So clever by Zaire Scott, looking over his shoulder, knowing exactly where the defender was, and then using the rim to sort of keep the defender away and put it up and in. Wild back and forth, up and down action. Here's Snipes.
Nice
move to the hole, up and in.
I like Ransom, man. He comes off the bench, but right now Coach Parr's seen he's getting much more out of him than he was Kennedy Willis, and he's playing very, very good, but they're beating him on the long layouts.
Yeah, that's a problem. Obviously, you see the Golden Lions want to put a lot of pressure in the front court, but when it gets broken, they're not having anybody back in the backcourt. Zach Ransom with 8 points in this one in just a couple of minutes. Anderson with 8 as well. Troy Stevens with 8. You see Coach Lockhart talking there to Zaire Scott and the rest of his mates. Jared Adderton. A couple of replays here. What a strong move by Ransom, the junior. And then the other way, that's just too easy. Here comes Fagan, recognizes up-court trailer. And Cameron, who averages 9.5 points per contest, lays it up and in.
So out of this timeout, I think now, Coach Parr, you talked about the leak outs, and I did too. Let's see if they make an adjustment defensively where they don't get beat like that and give up those easy baskets. Remember, Scott blew a layup like that earlier in the game, so they've gotten beat 3 times now on the touchdown pass.
Quick hands, another turnover. They look to run again. Here's Fagan, pulls up, little right hand floater, no good. And a big time rebound there. Kennedy Willis looking like Joel Embiid pulling that thing in. Runner off the knee. No? You don't like that analogy?
No. Beautiful bounce pass.
And
Beautiful
Euro step.
Man, let me tell you something about Jared Adderton. He wears number 1. It's Adderton off the bench into the scorebook and affecting this basketball game, and now we have a whistle.
Matthew Gonzalo, I think, has blood on him. He's holding his nose, so an official timeout, tied at 23. So quickly, Brian will check in for him.
Tied at 23 with exactly 4 minutes to go, and this Upson-Lee crowd is just chomping at the bit right now. I like what Coach Parr is doing with St. Pius now, and Coach Lockhart is stealing minutes with Ty Fagan, but he's still in the game. But he's put him on the backside of the defense now.
It's a heavyweight fight, and they're just exchanging blows, going at each other.
And the fouls are flown. Nice
backdoor cut. Oh, brilliant team basketball, put up and in by Willis.
Kennedy Willis almost took too long to make his move again. He got caught like that in the first quarter. This time was able to get the roll. He's living right.
3 ball from about 25, no good. Fagan trying to get it, and that'll stay right here with the Knights.
Let's take a look at this. This is what I like to say.
Teamwork.
Sharing and caring, seeking and finding. And Adderton, beautiful 1-2. Layup off the window, and he got the roll. Adderton, fine effort so far with 10 points.
You know what that pass reminded me of? That was magic right there. That was Magic Johnson whipping it down to maybe Worthy or Scott. No, you don't like that analogy either.
No. I'm into the game. Here comes Antavia Scott right now. Scott is in. Now, he's the guy that had to move up in the depth chart right now to supply Smith. I got you, yeah. One of them Showtime things. I saw a clip this week earlier on Twitter with Magic's highlights put together in his passes. Just sick with it.
And Scott pulls up and nothing but the bottom of the net. Tied up once again at 25. Approaching 3 minutes to go here.
8 big points in the quarter. Scott has kind of found his rhythm. Get that shot out of here. Fagan sends it into the bench.
He can do it all. Score, rebound, block, steal. That's a good look right there.
1.5 blocks per game. Scoring right now. He had 7 points, 5 of those 7 on that last little 7-0 run that Upson-Lee had to close the quarter. Remember, playing with 2 fouls. And St. Pius, since they've been hit with the bonus, has not created a foul.
Much better first half. I mentioned it earlier. Last year's 27-14. Upson-Lee at the break in the championship. Maybe a little nerves. They're a lot calmer right here.
Stevens couldn't get that roll. Willis got to squeeze the ball down there. They're going to come at you and attack, especially with Walker. He's having to play the whole game. That's a big body. You're going to have to squeeze him. He's going to put that body on him right there.
Ransom about to check back in at the scorer's table. Another long 3 attempt. Rolls around, no good.
I like it, Broadway.
Cleared by Nico.
Trouble.
Everett Lane. Broadway from an impossible angle.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Nico Broadway, a strong rebound defensively, strong offensive rebound, provided a second chance opportunity. The hustle.
Willis in the air.
Yeah, Willis ain't got nothing for Walker. Little pushing and shoving down there in front of the St. Pius student section. They didn't like it. And Walker got hit with the foul offensively.
How does he put that in from that angle, fading out of bounds?
It's concentration, man. Nico Broadway makes that game in horse. He makes that shot in horse.
Everybody contributing for St. Pius. They lead by a deuce, have the ball under 2 minutes to play, second quarter. Doing all this without Everett Lane. Just 1 bucket on a drive. Nothing from downtown at all.
They're so good, though. Listen, they beat Langston Hughes this year, who won 6A last night. They beat Grain Forest, who was the 1A private champ last year. They beat Pace, who was the 3A champ last year. Mount Bethel, who was the GICAA back-to-back champs. Stevens County, Charlotte Cass, who's gone very deep in the NCSIAA. They have beat some sound quality teams, and stripping the nets like that.
And there you go.
Does it.
You cannot let him get off. There's the first 3. 1:20 to go, 5-point lead. No good. Going the other way.
See, Ransom's back in the game. Good, smart decision-making process right there.
Wide open again, Everett Lane knocks it down. Pumps his fist in exultation. And the biggest lead now at 8 for the Golden Lions.
Wall to wall, treetop tall. Everett Lane has the range.
You cannot leave him open like that. That is just absurd. If you're Coach Lockhart, he's going to be giving his team the business. That one mildly contested, but then Lane, as he continues to roll right here, nobody out at all. From 25, Everett Lane, he heats up quickly with 8. High school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS network to watch live event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, NFHSnetwork.com. We are high school. Don't forget the basketball championships may be ending today, but we have baseball and soccer and track and a whole bevy of other sports to come here in the spring. So make sure you check out what's going on Twitter, on Facebook, on the NFHS network.
You left out lacrosse.
Lacrosse, absolutely. Hey, we're into this game. We can give them a little plug, but we can't go all in. St. Pius up 8.
It's a big timeout here. Let's see how they get out of the timeout now. Final minute of the second quarter. Upson-Lee's got to finish it strong, trailing by 8.
3-on-2. They get it down low, put up and in, and the foul.
Too big, too strong, too good. Travon Walker, and 1.
6-point game, 52 seconds remaining. Let's take another look.
That's a future football player somewhere in the Southeastern Conference, but yeah, you see that, you're going to have to hit him a little harder than that.
9-16 a year ago in the championship in 25 minutes, had 4 blocks, averaging 12 points and almost 12 rebounds per game this year.
That's excellent. They needed that out of the timeout, a 3-point play.
But again, they're breaking the press and getting numbers. 3 ball again, that's short.
Walker, look at that. He done caught his second win and he's going to halftime. It's going to be trouble for him.
Fagan almost had it. Does pull up. No good. Big battle down low, and we'll stay right here with 26.2.
I wonder how much the 2 fouls have affected Fagan. I know he's a good jump shooter, can shoot the 3, but he hasn't been driving, and that may be because he doesn't want to pick up that 3rd unnecessarily.
Little alley-oop down low. And they're going to call the foul, much to the chagrin of Patrick Snipes.
The chagrin of the whole St. Pius faithful, and I'm not for either team, but I didn't see a foul. I'm still looking for it. Coach Parr wants something to be known about it too. Now he's going to that bench. He's got a deep bench. Stevens coming back in. Maybe something drawn up for him on their last possession coming up.
Well, here's Willis coming back in.
And Stevens. But see, when you have Willis and Ranson, you're able to interchange them. It's awesome. Stevens starts and has been very effective. We've seen him today dropping in those 3 balls. St. Pius is really cracking the 3 right now. I got them for 5. They're 5 of 14 from deep.
Walker, 1-1.
I love a big man that can stand up there and shoot the free throw. So out of the timeout now, little 4-0 spurt to cut it in half.
Only Adderton on the line for the Knights here. 25 seconds, money on the second as well. 1 possession ball game. See if Coach Parr tries to hold for 1 and see if Upson-Lee lets them.
They're going to try to force it just a little bit. See if they can get him to shoot it with about 6 or 7 and maybe get a long run out maybe.
Gonzalo, look at the handle. Yeah, the handle from Gonzalo. Blocked away. 7 seconds. Fagan puts it up and in. 1-point ball game. And we'll go to the break at that 33-32 score.
Justin, they got exactly what they wanted. They wanted him to shoot early so they could get a run out, and there it was. So they close it very well. They get him, 5-7 points after that timeout to cut into it and make it a 1-point game. Exactly what Coach Lockhart wanted coming out of the timeout, and he did it. A strong 1 minute and 1 second to close the half.
The Golden Lions led by 1, or trailed by 1 after a quarter. They now lead by 1 at the half. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a matter of moments. St. Pius up 1 on the NFHS network. Overall, 15 rebounds for St. Pius, 23 rebounds for Upson-Lee. So the Knights really doing a nice job on the boards with a +8.
I would say watch Lane, but then I'd say Broadway, and then I'd say pick a Gonzalo, but then there's a Stevens, and there's a Willis, and Snipes.
And Zach Ransom. Don't forget about what Zach's done.
I love Zach Ransom now.
So second half about to get underway. Upson-Lee with the first possession in there. White and purple and maybe a little black in there. Looking for a lead here in the beginning of the second half. Scott dumps it down low. Spin move, maybe move the pivot foot, not called. Back out, 3 ball. Adderton rims out. Willis with a strong rebound.
Good job. Good job on the board right there by Willis.
The pump fake by Lane. I thought he was going to shoot that.
St. Pius last year spent so much time trying to come from behind. They got a nice 8-point lead. That 7-0 run, very important. Basically, an even game as the second half starts. But they haven't had to play from behind.
Runner no good by Stevens. Fagan down court quickly.
Upson-Lee has led for less than half a minute in this contest.
Amazing. They've won 62 in a row. Here's Fagan, working one-on-one.
Good study up. Fagan very known for that hesitation. He's been deadly with it, but the discipline defensively from St. Pius is showing that they scouted it and are ready.
Zaire Scott in the foul. Don't ever foul a jump shooter. Well, they did it right there.
Foul on Everett Lane. Gotta leave that alone. A little acting there, but that's okay. When the Oscars were last weekend. Yeah, let's go on and give him one. Ball don't lie. Missed that free throw. That's
Everett's second
vital.
foul, missed free throw, 1 point Upson-Lee lead. They were just down 8, remember, and a turnover.
So technically, it's a 9-0 run.
Yes. No, not technically. It is a 9-0 run.
And the timeout was called by Coach Lockhart at the 101 mark. They finished that 7-0, open up 2-0. And there's
here
a
they go.
touchdown.
Scott. Good defense played. Well done, Matthew Gonzalo. Coast to coast, puts it up and in.
I see you, Matt, all the way. No fear going to the basket. Just floated up over Walker.
The junior, very impressive. Jumper, elbow, up and in.
And Adderton is ready, man. I'm so pleased with the way this young man has played in this ball game. Taking the bull by the horns, 12 points.
The Dirty Dozen, also 4 rebounds and 4 assists for Jared. Ransom going to work on the big fella. Stolen away. Numbers going the other way. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Adderton will think otherwise and pull it out.
Good front by Ransom, though. They wanted to go to Walker, but a good front and in the backside help. That's outstanding defense from St. Pius. Fagan was trying to direct the traffic on the wing and get it into Walker. Ransom continued to front him. They swung it to the other side and tried to go there. It wasn't there. Wound up Fagan with a deep 3. They're 1 of 11 from beyond the arc.
1 point Knights advantage. This one's coming down to the wire. Lane off the screen.
Get that shot out of here.
Walker. That's unlucky for the Knights. Good defense. Results, though, in a foul in the end.
Foul on Walker. He has 3 now.
Maybe a little lack of a bench today. Remember, no Ja'Cory Smith, no Javian Walker. So maybe that's a decision. Coach Lockhart will leave him in, where if he had his full complement, maybe he would not. Long 3. Lane, money!
Bang! Bang! Bang!
Everett Lane now with 3. Almost halfway to the 7 he had last year in this game.
3 minutes gone by now. First 3 minutes to tell you the story of this second half. It's a 2+ game. +2 as we are under 3. Watch Lane though. Here's the screen from Ransom. He sees it. No, I don't need it. Let me strip the nets from back here.
The screen though put in the mind of Traylor a little bit of fear.
You're right.
I saw him backing up, recognizing there was a screen, and Lane took advantage of that psychological game.
Had to be conscious of it.
Exactly. Scott puts it up and in. Everett Lane suddenly with a team-high 11. Adderton with a dozen. Zaire Scott with 9, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Troy Stevens still with the 8 and a couple of boards. And Ransom with his 8.
Even ball game.
Literally. Turnaround, no good. Not a St. Pius-like possession right there. Fagan gets a step. Little bullet pass down low. Back to Fagan. And not even close on that.
Fagan wanted a foul right there. Upson-Lee fans in front of us wanted a foul as well. Stevens, yeah, you better close out on him now.
foul called on Trailer. The NFHS Network, now your exclusive home for all the GHSA Basketball State Championships, all 16 finals, 2 more to go here on NFHSnetwork.com. If you can't make it down here, watch from that computer, tablet, or mobile device, anytime, anywhere, only on the NFHS Network. Lane to key it in. He'll try it again.
Walker hustling, man. Went in there and swallowed up another board. 9 on the night for him. Fagan hesitated there. See, they're not letting him attack. He's not attacking. He went right there on the previous possession, but that time he pulled, and you thought he wanted to pull up. He's got that hesitation move, and he's a dominant left-hander.
Almost a backdoor opportunity for Trailer, who made that cut.
The spacing now, St. Pius. We talked about it in our keys, Justin, not intimidated. Get in there and get the ball if you're losing it on the floor like that. Scott got to be more value the basketball and value the possession.
Good position.
But you see what they're trying to do. They fronted him, but they've worked that defensively on the screen, coming with the backside help. St. Pius crowd don't like it. That's a foul. But now Walker, side out of bounds, baseline out of bounds. No shots, Walker.
Good look there at Ransom and Snipes. That was a great entry pass. Put it exactly where you had to.
But see, the front is making that happen, and Snipes came over on that backside.
When you've got a bigger man, you certainly want to front him. But the pass was so good, it counteracted that.
And another thing,
Fagan on lane. Good quick first step up and in.
That's the move to the baseline we wanted to see there in that first half. He came in and brought it out his bag now.
Gonzalo with a good quick step. Maybe gets away with a walk, but as you say, ball don't lie, turns it over anyway.
They don't talk either, but, you know.
Take another look at Fagan here.
He went baseline. He goes baseline. Listen, he's a left-hander, but he can use that right hand when he needs to. You saw him miss a right-handed floater earlier.
Scott gets doubled in the corner, kicks it out to Fagan, who swings it across. Finding the open man, down low. Walker, contact, nothing called up and in. 4-point night advantage.
Ain't no contact right there. That's just called big body. That's a big body. That's mass and movement. He initiated the contact, and now a timeout, St. Pius.
That's a man, Trayvon Walker. 12.5 points a game, almost 12 boards a game, almost 3 blocks a game. Take another look at this. He went right into Snipes. Giving about, what, 50, 60 pounds to Snipes. This building has a ton of energy in it. 8,000 fans. You see Coach Parr on the sideline. They were up 8 points at 35-27, I believe. Ever since, it's been all about the defending champions. The team that's won 62 in a row and 84 of 88. Let's see what St. Pius has out of this timeout. Backdoor cut. Oh, they had Gonzalo.
They got him again on the backside. Rare that you see
wide
that.
open.
McCurdy was there. Get that shot out of here. Sit away. Is that going to be a technical? Yes, a taunting technical, and that's his 4th foul. What did they call? Yeah, technical.
All the technical, yes. Matthew Gonzalo will step up. This is another one of those moments to remember. Momentum with the Knights. Suddenly now a couple of free throws, another possession. Apiece. Matthew drains that. He's been a varsity starter since 9th grade, averages 8 points and 4 assists. And he makes them both. Let's take another look at this, Joel.
Man, it's just a massive block. And he stares him down, and Mr. Ref right here at the bottom of your screen didn't like it. I understand why he called a tech, I do, but man, when you send stuff away like that, you can't help but to just look at him. Now, he has 4 fouls and staying in the contest.
And again, because of the lack of depth, this is a decision that's necessitated from that.
All right, I apologize. They have retracted it and made it his 3rd foul.
Okay. Snipes, right hand, blocked again!
Access denied.
Oh, little spin move. A little too much of a spin move.
Fagan's frustration now kind of boiling over.
The left hand this time. An aggressive move from Snipes, and he got thrown back down to earth there.
Walker sending stuff away, man. 4th rejection of the game. Fagan has gotten rid of the headband. Oh,
Gonzalo.
Give me that again. It's password protected. Walker's got the code and is not giving it up.
2 minutes ago, 3rd quarter, Knights with momentum, up a deuce. Fagan, turnaround, up and in.
Oh, that's shooting fish in a barrel right there.
That's a pretty shot from 15.
4-point lead. I thought maybe Justin they'd try to execute him more on the block that came out in the opening possession of the quarter with that. Had his back to the basket. He can't score that way with that baseline move or drop step.
No Everett Lane in there right now. Here's Nico Broadway.
Stevens is in the game though.
Willis. No good. The board, Gonzalo, good interior pass. And they're going to hit you-know-who right there.
On the back. Who is it?
You know who.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Walker?
Yep.
Okay. That's 4 with 1:19 to go. Now, here come major minutes from Alejandro Lockhart. Going to have to steal some minutes with Lockhart, the senior.
Fair to say coach's son?
It is.
Well, here's Lane now with it. Approaching a minute to go, 3rd quarter. Knights up 4. Everett, that's blocked away, and that's Lockhart. Doesn't matter who's in there. Fagan. Under a minute to go in the 3rd. Alejandro shovels it back.
Right now, Coach Lockhart wants to get out. He wants it to go to Fagan. There it is.
Right.
So Fagan now just decided he's going to take over. Again, what I like from Upson-Lee, they're finishing quarters strong.
Good no call by the official. There's some contact, but a smart call. Matthew Gonzalo with the hoop. 30 seconds.
They have numbers.
Pulls up from 15 and knocks it down. Adderton again.
Jared Adderton. I play on this team too. I have the opportunity in the starting lineup. So I'm going to come out here and give you 14 points right quick.
Largest lead for Upson-Lee at half a dozen. Final possession. Coach Parr calling out the play from the sideline. Here's Willis. 5 seconds to go. They've got to be more urgent. Backdoor.
Give me that.
Away.
Give me that again. Send it away. Oh, man. They just sending stuff up out of here.
The defensive intensity.
Are they talking about a goaltend?
Well, let's see. They're talking.
Nope.
Nope, that'll do it for the quarter. A 16-9 quarter for the defending champs. 8 minutes to go on the NFHS Network. Trying to win back-to-back championships. Looking for a 63rd straight win. You've got time. Quickly, come on down here. Watch some history. St. Pius needs to compete right now. And they're going to head to the line as Zach Ransom. A very good 3rd quarter for the champs.
Yeah, and a bad 3rd quarter by the runner-ups. 9 points in that 3rd quarter after 21 in that 2nd. But remember, the 7-0 run in the final minute of the 2nd quarter. I'm going to continue to point that out. They closed the 1st well. They closed the 2nd well. They've closed the 3rd well. Upson-Lee is closing quarters very, very productively.
That's what champions do, isn't it? Second one up and in, so we split them. 5-point game. They put the press on. Scott comes back to the ball. Lockhart, up and in.
Off the bench and into the scorebook.
6'3" senior, averaging just 3.8 points per game.
We mentioned that St. Pius had to come from behind last year. They played a sound game so far, but still trailed by 7. Good move, Nico.
Broadway in the air, contorted his body well.
They're going to have to get some stops, though. They were able to get some steals in that second quarter. They haven't been able to turn Upson-Lee over here. And Adderton is feeling it.
Turnaround no good, cleared well by Ranson.
Very so.
Here comes Gonzalo, does not have numbers, kicks it out, Lane. Broadway again, aggressive move, pulls up, side of the backboard, we go the other way.
A little too aggressive though.
Trailer. I'll tell you, if that would have gone, this house would have come down. Cameron Trailer.
I like Broadway's aggressiveness, but that's a little too aggressive. Don't get away from your offense and what you've been able to do. Swing that ball. You've got good shooters. You shot 38% from beyond the arc today. Let's be patient with the basketball. If I'm Coach Parr, that's what I'm going to ask Nico Broadway. Kennedy Willis going to check back in just a moment.
And talking about behind the arc, Upson-Lee still just 1 of now 11 from three-point range. So not getting anything from the outside.
Yeah, they've turned it on just a little bit though. I'm going to go right back to it. They finished that second very strong and then a very productive third quarter. And a lot of that with the defense.
From 2-point range, they've been lights out. 43, 48% overall. 6:45 remaining, 7-point lead.
They have 9 blocks though, so the rim protection is there.
And they continue to buy some time for Walker on the bench. Willis on Lockhart, kicks it out, Broadway.
You've had productive minutes from Lockhart right now.
Very much so.
That's called thievery, stealing a 7-point game. And the difference I see from last year, there is no zone defense from Upson-Lee right now. Lane in the corner.
Willis keeping it alive, looking like Kevin Willis. Oh, he misses the bunny.
Apple.
They're going to call that trouble. Good job by Fagan.
How does the lead official just can't call it? The center official has to come over and call the travel.
They got the call right. That's all that counts. So we'll stay right here. 6:07 to go. 7-point ball game still. Willis kept that last possession alive, rims out, and Fagan clears.
Willis has missed a number of shots in the paint at the rim. Those could be costly.
Trailer.
Contest that shot.
Oh, pardon me, that's Tyrese Scott. Largest lead now at 9. It's gut check time if you're St. Pius. Remember, if you're coming down here for the 2 7A games, don't wait online. Go to GoFan, the official digital ticketing partner for GHSA playoffs and championships. Visit gofan.co. That's gofan.co. Buy your ticket now. If you're not coming down here, we'll have the broadcast right here as you see the student section. Chris Mooneyham, he'll be on the call with Brandon Joseph as we close out the 2018 basketball season in style. Let's take a look at the last basket here. Tyrese. He knew it. He knew it. Once he shot that, the flick of the wrist.
I think right now, and I'm going to say this, but that's why I'm up here and not on the bench. If I'm Coach Parr, I go with my best 5 right now. 544, the 5 players that I think that have given me the best situation and opportunity from their play in the championship game right now today. That's who I roll with now over the next 544. Because coming out of this timeout, if you do not get a hoop and Upson-Lee comes down and gets a 2, an emphatic dunk, or a 3, you're going to get blown out of the building just like that. Very, very important possession for St. Pius out of the timeout.
If you don't win the next 2 minutes, it's become a mountain to climb. You've got to win the next 2 minutes. Here's Lane. Jumper. Too strong.
Stevens, the guy you want to take that shot, but rebounding out of the guard spot now. Now you got to clamp down and button down the hatch defensively, or it could be trouble if you're St. Pius. As a UL is going to start working some of this clock now.
And a steal almost.
And over and back.
Matthew Gonzalo making things happen.
Coach Lockhart didn't agree with it, and the ref told him to get back in the box. I like Coach Lockhart's argument. I didn't see over and back right there. And we're sitting right here down the line, aren't we?
And they'll get, I believe, Scott with that foul.
Upson-Lee crowd highly upset. That's the 6th foul. No more to give now. If I'm St. Pius, attacking the basket would be to my advantage now. And Walker still on the bench at 5:05.
Gonzalo to Gonzalo. Willis working on Lockhart. Weaves his way in.
Get it out of here. Get it out of here.
Lockhart.
All right, Willis, you're going to have to step up, man. You're too big down here to be getting this stuff thrown away left and right.
Lockhart listed at only 6'3", plays a lot bigger than that.
Long arms.
Yeah, big wingspan.
Big, massive minutes off the bench, though, for Upson-Lee. But this is that spread offense just a little bit, unless it's a layup.
Contact, foul, shots upcoming, looking for a double-digit lead. And Willis frustrated. That's just his second. Ransom with 4. Walker with 4. They've been so effective with the big fella on the bench, amazingly so, after he put on a clinic defensively. Trailer. A 10-point lead, and wholesale substitutions coming in.
On altitude now.
Broadway, Ranson, Matei.
Do you realize it was 33-25?
Yeah.
33-25.
You do the math on
That's
that.
30-8.
That's a 30-12 run.
12, yeah.
Yeah, you were never good in math. You were always a social studies guy.
Yeah, I was.
You were history.
Yeah. It just seemed like St. Pius been stuck on not scoring.
Well, the defense, the clamping down. Walker started with the block party. Lockhart came in and continued it. If they didn't get a block, they contested every shot.
And that just goes to show they were 3 of 14 in the third quarter. They're now 4 of 22 in the second half. They have not shot the basketball well at all.
That's been a recurring theme in the championships. Good teams getting cold at the wrong moments.
There's a foul in the backcourt, so now you get the score. It's an 11-point lead. You're at the free throw line now.
They'll hit Scott with his, I believe, 4th.
And here's Walker into the contest now, back into the game. He has 4.
So they just milked about 5 or 6 minutes. They upped their lead without Walker.
Scott has 3 now. He's been vital too, 12 points on the night. Walker brings that big mass body back in. He's got 10 boards. He's wiped the glass really well, leading them in rebounding.
Brian Gonzalo in, Everett Lane out. So maybe a little offense-defense coaching right now.
I like the energy that Ransom has brought me. Willis has played hard, but just not been able to finish around the rim.
Willis started well, but you're right. It's been rough sledding now. 1 of 9 from the field, 4 rebounds, a block and an assist.
And all of 9 of those, 3 of them were jumpers.
Nine-point game. Fagan to key it in. 4.5 to go. Stevens.
Sorry, Justin. Stevens is back in. He may have to get warm again. He had 8 points, all of them in that first quarter, and has yet to score since then, and has shot the ball pretty well from distance, 2 of 3.
St. Pius's defense is going to have to clamp down right here. They're doing a good job until that pass squeaked through. Fagan, little double pump, no good. Rebound, put up and in.
It's just too big, too small, too good. There's too much mass.
Just too much twos.
That's right. 8 points, 11 boards, and that's second chance opportunities there. Halfway gone, fourth quarter.
Gonzalo. No good. Tyrese Scott rebounds. An 11-point game. Fagan has an alley-oop and he puts it up and they miss. But the rebound put up and in by Jared Adderton.
I'm going to tell you what, if Upson-Lee wins this ball game, give a trophy to Adderton. The way he has played today, outstanding. 16 points, injected into the starting lineup, got his opportunity and has absolutely seized it.
St. Pius' offense stagnant right now.
Too much trouble.
And Fagan is going to get called for that. No. Fagan looked like out of control, but they'll call it the other way. Watch this now. Watch Adderton bide his time, get his way to the outside. Oh, well, that'll be the next one. Look at Adderton, number 1. Watch him how smart, and look at that body control.
Effort. Always be ready. Uh-oh, trouble.
Fagan, finger roll. And this game has gotten out of hand as we approach 3 minutes.
They have turned it on. I go back from the 1:01 mark of the second quarter. This thing changed. Look at Adderton.
It changed indeed. Up 8 points. A minute to go in the first half. St. Pius, and that could be the dagger. 17-point game.
A double-double for Trevon Walker. The 7-0 run that ended the second quarter.
Timeout called. The defending champs are 2 minutes and 49 seconds away from back-to-back titles. And listen to that crowd. They survived Sandy Creek last week, 52-51. Boy, they're not having to survive here. They are thriving. We take another look at this. That's just too easy. Broadway gets out of the way, and Upson-Lee is rolling to a championship. St. Pius 30% from the field now, 17 of 56. Upson-Lee a blistering 53%, despite going 1 of 11 from downtown. So that means they're 25 of 38.
Good.
From 2-point range.
Look at the defense, though. They've only allowed 4 field goals, and now they're not allowing second chance points. And St. Pius is +7 in points off of turnovers, but they have gone absolutely ice cold. 4 of 25 in the second half after going 13 of 36.
And Gonzalo fouls Fagan, and it's an avalanche the way this thing has come down.
13 of 32 in the first half.
So there is Matthew Gonzalo taking a seat with his third personal.
I don't know if somebody just handed Coach Paul the stat sheet. He's shooting 29%. And Fagan now sticking up here. This is what he's going to do. It took Upson-Lee a little while. They acted the 7-0 run. I'm just going to go back to it. With 1-on-1, Coach Lockhart called that timeout.
They put that belt on. They tied it tight. And they took care of business here as this lead is an almost unimaginable 19 the way this game was going. Broadway. And the steal. Scott, he'll slow it down. Under 2.5 remaining. Fagan.
And Fagan picked up his second foul in the first quarter. Has not been whistled for a foul since. And now they're going to sit here and shoot free throws and salt this thing away. And Thomaston, Georgia is getting ready to rock and roll. Upson County Y'all all right with me now? All right?
Frustrating afternoon for St. Pius. I think they really thought they had a good feeling coming into this one, and they should have. Why not? Last year they came back in that second half. They just ran out of time. You see Coach Parr there. I think they felt really good coming into this game. Undefeated in their region, 28 wins on the season, a couple of suspensions for the Knights. And this thing is steamrolled the wrong way against them. 68-47. Another miss from downtown. I can't say I saw this coming. Cannot say I saw this coming at all. Everett Lane, he checks out. 1:50 remaining. We'll have the trophy presentation. Obviously no shot clock, they'll just melt the seconds away here. Steal from Mate. Ryan Gonzalo weaves his way for the layup, no foul. Fagan, foul called on Broadway. Fagan's probably not going to hit that 25 number, but he's coming close. Quiet 19.
They get ready to dump the bench now.
10 rebounds. Finn McCurdy checks back in. Again, Finn will be on the soccer pitch on Tuesday. And the bench is being empty. Listen to that hand for the defending champs. Fagan with that double-double, 19 and 10, 4 assists, a couple of blocks and a steal.
Well, Justin, man, it was fun these last 2 days with you, my brother.
A whole lot of fun. Well done, Joel. Well done. Joel Hillsman doing his thing, high school hoops. Remarkable job you do all season long. And here comes Fagan. He'll finish with 21 and 10. As the security guards line up. If we can get a picture of that, they are lining up by the student section, just to the right of Coach Lockhart. They are lining up. There'll be no court storming, I don't think, here.
Yeah, Tech does that. Tech's been, because it's such a wonderful basketball arena, and you're just sitting right there on top of the floor. Well, Ty Fagan, young man, outstanding job, bro. He talked about his mindset that they had to go out and win. It's going to be 63 games in a row. It's hard to win 63 games in a row no matter who you're playing. 63 in a row. Hadn't lost a regular season game, I think, since he was a sophomore. And that's how you do it, building the basketball community there in Thomaston. And I know you guys, you get on me. I still wish they would have scheduled a little tougher. I'm not going to go away from it. But 63 is 63, and 2 championships is 2 championships. And you don't have to win 63 in a row to be a champ.
St. Pius empties their bench. We'll see Shamar Etienne, Riley Costas, Philip Okafor. Not Jaleel, but Philip. Good steal there by Philip. And Okafor puts it up and in. Here's Trey Johnson, the senior guard. Basil Kleiman's in as well. Final 30 seconds. Johnson defended by Costas. Antavius Scott, you see number 14. Zequan Brown. And off the hands. Final 15 seconds. 18-point game. And St. Pius, a rough shooting second half. Couple of baskets late make it look a little bit better, but they just struggle offensively. And here we go with the celebration.
'63 straight wins in a row, back-to-back 4A state champs in Georgia, top 15 team. Now we'll wait and see if Geico Nationals is in their future. An impressive 16-point win, and again, I think the momentum changer was the last minute and 1 second of the second quarter.
St. Pius led by 8 points with a minute to go in that second quarter, and it just went south. You see Coach Lockhart, he called the timeout at that point, and that proved to be the difference in the end. He rallied the troops to that 7-0 run. The UL chant in the crowd. And congratulations to St. Pius for a wonderful season. They just had one bad half of basketball. It's as simple as that. It came at the wrong time, unfortunately, for them. Lane with 11 points, had 3 threes. Stevens had the early 8, ended with 8. Ransom on fire early. He ended with 9. Adderton 16, Scott 14, 21 for their leader in Fagan. And Upson-Lee 31-0 for the year, back-to-back championships. And Sandy Creek is watching this game saying, what could have been?
Great working with you, Hanover, man. Outstanding. Historic development. Upson-Lee 63 in a row. Fagan, one of the most outstanding players in the state of Georgia, in that community in Thomaston and Upson County. He laid the foundation.
St.
Coach Lockhart and back-to-back champs.
Golden Lions with their runner-up trophy. By the way, that 63rd straight win now ties Woodbury back in 1985 for the 3rd most in Georgia history, trailed by only Randolph Clay and Irwinville. And Upson-Lee with the championship trophy. They'll get the sign, the basketball, they'll raise the trophy. How about we have a game tonight at 10 o'clock. Upson-Lee faces the winner of the 7A. You up for it?
Don't get me started on that. I would love it. I would love it.
You see Lockhart, some good minutes there, number 11. Came in when Walker had that foul trouble. Darius Hayes, number 32, with the glasses in there. A hard-fought, well-earned victory. A 16-point win for the Upson-Lee Knights. 2 more games to go, the 7A competition. Chris Mooneyham, Brandon Joseph, right here on the NFHS Network. Thanks to everybody, Stephen Lawler producing and directing. Yeoman's Work, Johnny Dougherty and Ian Russell. And to this man, Joel Hillsman. Phenomenal job these last 2 days. We'll let you watch the end of this. This has been a production of Play On Sports and a presentation of the NFHS Network.